My name is Anne Stonehouse. In this video on partnerships with professionals, we'll explore what it means for early childhood professionals to work in a collaborative way with other professionals and why collaborations matter. Partnerships with professionals is one of the practice principles in the Victorian Early Years Learning and Development Framework. This video supports the practice principle and should be used in conjunction with the Practice Principle Guide on Partnerships with Professionals. You can find the Practice Principle Guide on the website of the Department of Education and Training. Collaboration among professionals is central to the Victorian Early Years Learning and Development Framework, which was designed to foster cooperation and collaboration among a broad range of professionals working with children from birth to 8. Promoting children's learning, development and health is complex and requires professionals to work together with each other and with families rather than working in isolation. Professionals can work collaboratively with many different professionals and organisations in their community and in a variety of ways. Some professionals work collaboratively in an integrated service, which often means they work in the same building or complex of buildings and share a common management structure. Services don't need to be formally integrated or co-located in order for professionals to collaborate. Today, we'll be visiting 3 services: Miliara Integrated Learning and Development Centre, Wyndham Park Primary School, and Leongatha Children's Centre. The professionals and parents at these services will help us explore different models of collaboration and identify some common keys to success.
Oh, look, I know with the 4-year-old program, being able to access the preschool field officer is a big help to me. Often you can't quite pinpoint particular concerns when it comes to children, and so having her as an ally or someone that I can rely on, I suppose, to help support any concerns I might have about a child. So she's probably my biggest resource for the 4-year-old kindergarten program, and I certainly value her opinion enormously. And she certainly gets the ball rolling in terms of supporting or accessing other networks if there's additional support that that family or child might need. The kindergarten process for making referrals is starting with Michelle Goff, the preschool field officer. So she's my first point of contact. Certainly early on in the year, there's lots of conversations with families about their child. If we're all on the same page and we're all trying to achieve the same thing, it makes the outcome much more positive, I suppose, and without having that circle of support, you know, me, the parent, the professional, whoever it might be, then I don't think the outcome would be as great.
Collaboration is obviously the key to my work, so it's really about working with the other professionals in the centre that are seeing the child for 15+ hours a week. Any good partnership or collaborative relationship has to be based on mutual respect, a respect of each other's knowledge, and that you all bring something different to the table in terms of working with the child and a different knowledge of where the child's at.
In order to support children's learning and development, professionals need to collect and share information with each other. Whatever your professional background and role, having a more complete picture of the child, their health and well-being, learning and development, makes it more likely that you can contribute to positive outcomes for the child and family. Understanding your responsibilities regarding privacy is critical. Victorian privacy laws permit you to share personal and health information between services with the consent of a parent or legal guardian. If you want to disclose information about a child to another service that is also working with that child or family, you must do 2 things. First, obtain the parent's or legal guardian's consent, and second, only disclose information that the other service or professional needs to know in order to support the child or family. If consent is not provided, then disclosing the information is still permitted in some circumstances. If you're unsure about your responsibilities regarding privacy, you should seek advice from your employer.
As a preschool field officer in Bass Coast and South Gippsland, I actually get referred children with any need. So they're genuinely not children who have identified disabilities. They're more children that will just enrol at the kindergarten, and then the educators feel that they have a concern, or it might be we've had a number of children who are later been identified as gifted. So just anything beyond the usual realm of typical development. I find that they usually know, because they know the children so well, their innate feeling, gut feeling about the child is nearly always correct. So often I just come out to confirm for them, yes, I do see what you're saying and there is an issue with that child, and we either do need to refer on, or sometimes just about, no, what you're doing is correct, continue doing what you're doing, they're making progress, and perhaps having realistic goals for children.
How does collaboration benefit children and their families? In short, it almost always leads to better outcomes. Collaboration is especially important for children with disabilities or in difficult family circumstances, but all children and families will benefit through access to inclusive practices, not having to tell their story over and over, consistent advice, and smoother transitions between services.
We do a 6-month plan of the 5 areas of development for him, and we work on major goals that we want to do and how we're going to do them. That plan then I forward on to every other place that I get help from, so all the other speech, OT, physio, there's a plan here as well. That everyone can read and work on and add to and say, well, and that's where the specialist children's services come in handy here, because they can go through the plan with the room leaders and then say, well, look, we can work on this by doing this here, or like these sort of ideas to help him develop. Well, it benefits me in the fact that I don't have to do everything myself, because obviously there's a lot of things to follow up with the, 3 separate services that we see every week, and all the exercise and everything that you need to do with him. At least if I've got those people there knowing what I want for Jay, that come in here and say, look, this is where we need to take these steps.
The staff know us, so there's been a relationship built on trust.
And the good partnership goes both ways, because we certainly get a lot of information from the childcare staff.
The parent is the centre of this partnership, despite the fact that we're calling it collaborative relationships with professionals.
And another benefit for the families in the collaboration is that they're really only telling their story one time, and everyone else can share that.